Hi everyone, it's Danielle with Back From When It Was, and I am glad you're joining me again today. I have a haul to show you, and I have a funny story to tell you. I'm not going to show you the stuff that I got from this gentleman, but it was funny, so I wanted to share it with you. I was dropping off some donations at Unique, and this gentleman pulled up in his SUV. And when he pulled up, after I dropped off my items, he asked me if I shop there very often. And I said, yeah, I shop here quite a bit. I'm a reseller, and so I shop here for things to sell. And he said, well, I have some things for you. And he popped up the back of his SUV, and it was stuffed to the brim, including the front seat was just loaded with stuff. And then he pointed at a pickup truck pulling in at that time, and he said, and that's also mine. Unfortunately, his sister had passed, and she, I guess, was a reseller as well, and he had just loads, and she sold clothing, and like this pickup truck, the bed of it was just heaping. His SUV was heaping of stuff. He goes, you're free to go through any of this that you want. Of course, that would have taken hours to go through this, all of these things. He had black trash bags full of stuff full. And he said, and I said, well, I really do appreciate you offering to let me go through this, because I would love to do that any other time. I would take you up on, sort of going through a few of the things. I said I couldn't go through all of it, there was so much. His sister had passed, and he was explaining this to me, and he said, well, at least look through the front seat. And he opens the front door, and it's loaded with coats. And I'm like, okay. So I went through the coats, and I pulled out a few of the coats, and one of the things that I pulled out after cleaning it and going through it, she had worn it quite a bit, so it was pilled a lot, and there was just a lot of worn too, so it wasn't worth anything. And it is a I've got to remember now that I'm thinking about it. I believe it's this is an Isaac Mizrahi live. I'll kind of show it to you, but it's a beautiful coat, but really not worth a lot, and it's been worn. She did wear that a lot. That's my bag of stuff that I'm donating. Yes, there's glass in it. But anyway, so I'm gonna donate that. But anyway, back to my story. So I pulled a few of the coats out, and I put in, I'm like, I really appreciate this, is really sweet. And I was in a hurry because I had to be an hour away, and I was already late getting on the road. And so as I'm pulling away, I feel something hit my car. Now, it's a brand new car. I literally had just bought it the day before. And I feel something hit my car. And I'm like, what in the world did I run something over? What? And I'm looking around, and the guy's running behind my car doing this. And I stop and put it in park. And he bends down, and he picks up, he had a pair of tennis shoes. That he threw one of the shoes at my car to get my attention because I was pulling away. And I don't even remember what brand they are, but they're a good brand. Not Nike or Reebok or anything like that, but I don't remember what brand they are, but they're a good brand. Never worn, brand new. And he says, they look like they're about your size. Now, mind you, they're a size 10. And I was like, how did he know that was my size? As a matter of fact, I do wear a 9.5, 10. So that was a great thing. Really sweet guy. But he he threw a shoe at my car to get my attention. I just thought that was funny. And anyway, so yeah, that was a funny story. I do have a few of the coats here. I am going to be listing them. I did take pictures of them already. And then I've got some other stuff. Like I said, they're clothing. There's a Harry Potter backpack there that's already listed on my eBay site. So I'm going to show you the things that I bought last weekend, and and just show you all the neat stuff I have, because it was an exciting haul. I've gotten more and more picky about what I get. I don't get as much, or I don't pick just anything up anymore like I used to, because I was attracted to it, because my storage unit is overflowing again. I'm getting picky again about what I get, and actually I'm not shopping as often as I used to either. But so that being said, one of the things that I don't usually pick up, and I do know that they sell for good money, is crocheted Afghans. Now, I do crochet and did a lot when I was younger. I did. My grandmother taught me when I was 7 years old, and so this is literally a double crochet stitch, and then they did a bunch of squares and then crocheted them together. Beautiful colors. I want to say this is probably from the 80s. Just thinking of the colors and the feel of the yarn, because this was kind of what the yarn felt like back then. It's not real soft. I have washed it. I imagine it came from a home with a dog, because when I laid it down, or when it sat on the chair for several days before Chloe picked up the scent of it, and then all of a sudden she was smelling it and rubbing on it, and just, so I did wash it. Now she doesn't pay any attention to it anymore. So that's a good thing. It's a nice size Afghan. I thought it was beautiful, and like I said, I don't usually pick these up. I'll probably list that for about $70. I did pay, like, I think it was $6.99 for it. I've gotten really good about writing everything down so that I don't forget anything. The starfish. Now, this starfish doesn't have a clean pontil on the back, as you can see. It's not polished. No signatures. So as far as I know, this could have even been something from like TJ Maxx or Ross or something, but I just loved it. I paid $2.99 for it, and I haven't peeled the sticker off. I should do that so you guys can get, it's easier to soak them off, but to be able to see let me see, I'll get this off, the inside of it. Isn't that pretty? I think, and I love that. I love art glass, period, but I just thought this was really pretty, so I picked that up. Paid $2.99 for that. And salt and pepper shakers. Now these aren't worth much, but I just loved them. They're $1.99 each, and they're Pier 1 salt and pepper shakers. Look how cute these guys are. This one's laying down on his tummy, and this one is just a couple of little fat cats. They are Pier 1, and you can see it there. It says Pier 1 right there. And beautiful condition, so I will list these for $12. I might do a Whatnot sale and do a salt and pepper, because I have 2 plastic totes full of salt and pepper, so I might do a Whatnot and do a salt and pepper Whatnot, because that way I can get my inventory down. Nesting dolls. I do well with nesting dolls, and these are gorgeous. Look how pretty that is, in the imperfect condition. Now it is signed on the bottom. I paid $1.99 for this. I can't read what that says. It just says 5 medium or 5 something. But anyway, I know it's backwards on here because of how I'm recording, but they are wooden nesting dolls, and there's 5 of them, and they're all in perfect condition. And so I will be listing these, and I can't believe they were only $1.99. They're all really, you know what? I just realized, hang on just a second. I forgot to turn my ring light on. Look at, okay, anyway, so yeah, now that actually it shows up a lot better. So the gold on it is just brilliant gold. Anyway, so there's 5 of those, and I'm trying to put them all together here. And then there's the little peanut one. So I'll be and I always end up dropping it, and that's how I broke one, was knocking it over and dropping it. Thank goodness that one didn't break. Okay, so getting them all in here, getting them all together. And then what I love about them is it's all, oh, that's a terrible noise. It's got a little fox on the side, or, you know, and a rooster. Very, very detailed, very pretty. I just think it's gorgeous. So yeah, so I'll get those listed. And then these, I haven't looked these up yet. They're just seals. They're $3.99. I paid for them, and Nautical seems to sell well. And so, and it just says not for food use or dishwasher safe. So, and $3.99, kind of high for that, but I don't mind. But isn't that pretty? The little two little seals on like a rock formation. I haven't looked it up yet. It probably, I just think it was really cute. So I got that, and then let me see what else I have. Oh, and another thing I don't do much is shoes, but these are Sperry topsiders, and they're Christmas. Let me see. There we go. And they're size 7s. And they're hardly used. I mean, they are used, and I'll clean them up, but they weren't used much. They're in really good condition, and it says Sperry right there. Again, it's going to be backwards to you guys just because of how because I'm doing a reverse videos. But very, very pretty, and I love how they have the Sperry shoelaces, and not meant to be tied. They're just there for decoration more than anything. But yeah, I really, really like those. So I picked those up, and I'll sell those. Let me see. Salt glazed rooster. Where's my salt glazed rooster? Oh, okay, mug. Now I cannot identify this. It's a mug. I mean a beer stein or a stein, however you want to call it. But it's handmade pottery. And then it's got this, it's done with the salt glaze. Just a gorgeous piece. Now it is signed on the bottom, but I don't recognize this. It's numbered, and there's the signature stamp right there. It does say RM, and it's got an O there. So they did a lot of markings, a little Christian fish there. And then here's the number 429. And I don't know, it's slash something, and then an R there. So I really don't know what all the markings are. I paid $2.99 for this, but I think it's gorgeous, just amazingly beautiful. Now I also have another salt glazed mug, and just to show you the difference in sizes, this one's quite a bit smaller, and this one's just as pretty. And I actually kind of like this one better. The salt glaze is more salt glazy. I don't know. It's got more of a blue tint to it. I really like that. But there's no markings on the bottom at all. I paid $1.99 for this one. I say a lot, don't I? I paid $1.99 for this one. It's dirty on the inside, so it sat. It was never really used. It just sat. But that's okay. Either one. Yeah, this one's even got a dead spider. Ooh, there's a dead spider there. I do need to clean them up before I list them, obviously. Then the carafe. This is it's a green Roma carafe, very heavy, very pretty. Got the stamp on it and the markings on the bottom. This is very pretty. Now, when I bought it, it had this around the base of it. It took me a while to get this off. None of the ones that I've seen listed have this base. I don't know or think that this came with it. I think this was added. I don't know for sure, honestly. And if y'all know, if you've seen this Roma before, and you guys know whether or not this is actual, supposed to be on here, I'm actually going to sell them together as one piece, but I'm not going to put this back on because I don't know if it's supposed to. Now, if I do find out that it's supposed to be on there, I will go ahead and leave them separate, because that way the person who buys it, I'll wash it, but it doesn't matter if I wash it or not. If I buy something like this from somebody, I'm going to wash it when I get it. So I'm going to leave them separate so that they can wash it again before they put it together. But it did take a while to get that off of there. So it was very, very tight on there. This is a blue tin with lid, made in England. It's $2.99, sold at Belk's. And I can't, honestly, I can't read what it says. It just says, let me see. I'm gonna take that off of there. And it's funny because it was put on top of another Goodwill sticker. And you can see it's two of them together. And I just saw with the light shining through that it was $1.99, and then they marked it up to $2.99. So, but I can't really read it. It just says something by something. Anyway, Long Island, New York, and then it says made in England. But because this is all rusted, I really can't read it. But it's just a beautiful, it's very lightweight tin, and it's vintage. You can tell it's vintage, and on the inside, it shows age. It was bent up quite a bit on the inside, and I've hammered out a lot of the dents. They weren't deep dents. They were just, pressure, more than anything, just pressure dents. And I'm seeing more in the bowl, but that comes with age. Just press down. Yeah, so it was more just pressure dents. Nothing serious, nothing that takes away from the look of the bowl. I just think it's really, really pretty. So, and it's good for storing things in your bathroom or kitchen or whatever. This puzzle, I love this puzzle. Look at this puzzle. He's a whale. Look at him. And now I'm not going to do this, but you take the eyes out as a pin. Well, I'll take it out a little bit, but you see the eye is a pin or two. It's just a pick, and that's how you start the puzzle. The pin eyes are what keeps it together so it doesn't fall apart. But look how pretty that is. Isn't that the cutest thing? I love, love, love this puzzle. And I actually have another puzzle similar to this that's a dog with a puppy, and that's listed on my eBay page as well, and it's really cute, and I'm really surprised because they're both vintage, and this is artist signed here. Let me see, I had it on here. See, it was signed. There is a marking on the bottom. Oh, there it is. I'm sorry. It is written in 1994, Peter Shafran or something like that. I mean, you can't really read it, but it does say 1994, Peter something. Chapman? I bet that's Chapman. Peter Chapman. I haven't looked it up yet. So, but I love the whale. I just think it's adorable. So yeah, that one I can't wait to list. I'm really excited about all of this stuff. Now this bowl is a Yamatsu from Japan, and I picked it up because it has the lusterware and the really pretty flowers on the inside, and I paid $2.99 for it. Honestly, I didn't look it up, but that's okay because it's so pretty. I'll put it in with my dishes. I just loved it. I thought it was so pretty, and it looks so springy. So it'll be a good like spring decoration if we do Easter dinner or whatever, then I can use it for serving. But it's very, very pretty. It was made in Japan, so it is vintage, but it doesn't sell for very much. Like people are listing it for 99 cents, $5. It doesn't sell for very much. So that's okay. I didn't spend much, and I'll just add it to my dishes. And then I have these vintage corn husk, and I'm trying to take this off without They were $1.99 each. And these are corn husk, put that there, candles. And this one's taller. So I've got all three of them. They are candles. So if I sell them, I will not sell them in the summertime. I will wait until winter because I don't want anything melting on the way to its designation. This is Carolina Designs, made in Japan, and in Oshkosh, Wisconsin, and they're corn husk candles. Now, the only ones that I can find listed are this one. The other two I have not seen yet. Now, that doesn't mean I won't. This one is taller, holding the bread, the chef holding the bread. And this one is I mean, they're very Christmassy, obviously. So aren't they so pretty? I couldn't pass these up. Now, because they are vintage, the paint is kind of wearing off a little bit, but to me that adds to the charm of them. Just the hair on that one's starting to come off. But to me it adds to the charm of how adorable these candles are. And obviously they're for decoration, never been burned. So they're gonna go in my I'll wait until next year to list those. I won't do those in my Christmas in July. I'll wait until maybe next October, November, before I list those. Let me see. And then I have, I already showed you the Afghan. And then the coffee mugs. Now these are Java Blue Majolica by Sadek. And these sell for really well. Like even on, I've seen a set of 4 selling for about $50, but on replacements.com they sell 1 for $40. I just loved them. I did look these up before I bought them. There's no markings and they are crazed. Now there was 5 of them, but the 5th one was cracked. And at first it looked like it might have been crazing, but then when I looked on the other side, it went all the way through. So it wasn't cracked, but there's a lot of crazing on these. So these are vintage, but just beautiful. I paid 99 cents each for these. And I love the color. They're just really, really good. Called Java Blue. Now it's more of a aqua blue. I mean, you can kind of see it's really showing the true color here of what they are. So, but I thought they were really pretty. Now, and then the last thing I got was this basket, which is going to go in my collection. The funny thing about this is it's like a wall pocket, which I do collect the wall pockets, but it's also a basket, which I'm going to be doing a basket wall. So it's a good combination of both, but it's vintage for sure. And I'm not selling this one. This one's going into my collection, but I just loved it, so I wanted to show it to you. They used a wire to hang it. I'll take that wire off and probably move it down a little bit so that it's not hanging right off the top. But I just thought it was really pretty. And I think that's everything I got. And I'm just looking around. I have some hats that I'm listing. This is one of those CC hats, and it's got the hole in the top for the ponytail. So it's a ponytail hat. I actually got this for my granddarlings, and because it's sparkly pink, and but that being said, nobody wears a ponytail in our house. So I thought there's no point in keeping that if it's for a ponytail. And then this one is also, this one's vintage. I paid $2.99 each for these. This one's vintage also, and it's universal thread, but I loved it for the beanie on the top, for the little pom-pom. And so I'll probably list these each, I don't know, $15 each. So yeah, I think that's about it, guys. Thank you again for joining me. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe, share my videos, make a comment on the bottom, tell me what your favorite piece is, what you would have picked up and what you would have left behind. Anyway, thanks a lot, guys, for joining me, and I'll see you on the next go round. Oh, and side note, I'm sure y'all have heard of Temu. Temu is a big thing now. And I was really curious because all of the Temu hauls that I'm seeing are sponsored. So everybody that is showing their Temus are showing things that they're allowed to buy because they get a list of things that they can buy from their sponsorship. And so everything you're seeing on these hauls are almost all the exact same things. So I actually bought some stuff. I don't have a lot of stuff, but I bought some stuff, things that I want that are not sponsored. I'm not sponsored. I want to look and see what it's all about. And so I've got a Temu delivery coming in the next couple of days. And well, hopefully in the next couple of days. Everybody's saying that it ships and delivers really fast. So we'll see. Anyway, so I'm going to do a Temu. My next haul will be a Temu haul. And I'll show you everything I got that's not sponsored. And that's what's frustrating me most about all of these videos on Temu, because of course it seems like it's a whole Wish thing again, but you don't have to wait months and months for it to show up. It all shows up in one time, in one package, and everybody's raving about it. So I'm going to see what the big deal is on it. So my next haul video will be a Temu haul. All right, again, thanks for joining me. Thanks a lot again. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. It's free, and we'll see you on the next one.